Hi guys, welcome to Film, Food, and Fashion are my passion. I'm your host, Angeliki Nakos, and I just want to say welcome back. I know I've been gone for quite a bit. I just want to tell you guys that I am back. I took a little bit of a break, spent some time in Greece, and which was a really good, fabulous trip. I really needed to do that. I had some business to take care of. I'm getting my book, The Queen of Linens, translated in Greek as we speak. And I'm officially a Greek citizen of Greece, so that's a big deal for me. And I want to say that I'm going to talk a little bit about my trip. I'm going to talk about, obviously the fashion there, the food. I'm going to talk about, we also have a special guest here today. We have the Philly food fanatic, John DePippo. He's here today, and we have a very special guest, and his name is Anthony Sebastiano, and I will be introducing him shortly. And so let me just start off by saying thank you for hanging in there. I see a lot of the subscribers are still subscribed, which thank you very much for that. You guys didn't give up on me, so that's a good thing. Thank you for that. So my trip to Greece, let's start with that. It started. The fashion started immediately. I usually fly Emirates, and I want to tell you guys something about that airline. It's fabulous, and the flight attendants there are absolutely gorgeous. They were wearing red lipstick, and let me just tell you, ever since I haven't, and even in Greece, and I think all of Europe, the women there just really like the classy look. They wear red lipstick, not during the day, but obviously at night when you go out, they're all wearing red lipstick. My red lipstick, and it's hard to find a good red. I can tell you that. It really is. It's hard to find a good red lipstick that matches your tone. But I go to Saks Fifth Avenue in Bala Cynwyd. My girls, Racine and Georgia, they always get it right. And right now I'm wearing Guerlain, the red, and I usually switch that up between Chanel and Givenchy. So if you guys are looking for the red lipstick, as I got going on today, check out Saks Fifth Avenue in Bala Cynwyd. So I want to talk about the interview I had in Greece, which meant a lot to me. They had me on Epiros TV1, which is
and
like
that was live, right?
Yeah, it was actually live, which I'm really gonna say, like, I usually have no problems doing this, when I interview other people. But when I'm being interviewed, I was actually really nervous. And my Greek is, I speak fluent Greek, but the way they speak it there is like really quickly and, so I was a little bit nervous, especially when I found out it was live.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was like 6 o'clock live, like their
It was live. It was like 4:30.
news.
It was like prime time for
Should I
them.
tell them I'm not allowed to talk? Once he takes me off the leash, it's over, man.
No, he'll be talking soon.
Sean's married to a Greek, so we're going to get to that in a minute.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
yeah, no. So we'll get to that soon. But yeah.
I thought you said it was going to be a happy day.
It is. Okay.
Listen, there's 2 Italians here with 1 Greek.
I know.
so-
Listen, I'm really trying to maintain control of this podcast today because I have 2 Italians and
we
1
have a
Greek.
real Italian
I'm literally
and a
outnumbered
Brooklyn
here.
Italian. There's a real Italian sitting over there. And then
I'm literally outnumbered, but I think I can handle it. I'm Greek, so I'm pretty strong. I can handle this.
You weren't when we
can handle
conquered
a
the
lot.
country.
you can
I
handle a
also,
lot.
so I want to thank Epiros TV for having me on. I want to thank, also right before I went to Greece, I had an interview with Kathy Romano, who is from Preston and Steve, the 93.3 radio station. And I'm on her story, so if you guys want to check out that interview, that's on YouTube, right?
I believe it's on their podcast as well. It's Preston and Steve
Yeah,
show,
it was a great interview with
93.3.
Kathy Romano. She's actually such a sweetheart. I was very honored
And
to
her
be on
sister-in-law
her
is
show.
Greek. Did you know
yes,
that?
her sister-in-law
That's right. Her
is Greek.
sister-in-law
Yeah.
is Greek.
I
So-
know Kathy Romano.
You know Kathy?
You know her?
From
Okay.
the Eddie and Jobo show with
Yeah.
Diego.
Yes.
Okay.
So Kathy
So she
interviewed
had me on her
Angie.
show. Yeah, it was
called-
great.
She has a
Great
show
interview.
called Her Story. It's about women's empowerment. She interviewed Angie about her book, her life, a good half hour, and Kathy was just dumbfounded
Now,
by the story.
Kathy's a really nice lady.
She
Yeah.
is. She's a great lady. And then she told me
Yeah.
her sister-in-law was Greek. So I was like, all right, so you know exactly what I'm talking
So you
about
told
here.
her nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, you're so funny. Here we go. It's starting already, guys. But so that was great. And I just want to say that this time when I went to Greece, I just want to say that it wasn't like all for fun. It wasn't like, I know people think of Greece, they think of like all the islands and the beach and all this party. Greece is not just that. I mean, it has a lot of that, but it's not just that. I'm from Yanina, so I'm up north in Ipiros, and there's some beautiful scenery there. And I'm going to put a lot of it in my book, my Greek cookbook, which is going to be coming out shortly. But I took some fabulous pictures of the mountains and up in Metsovo, up in these just the hills of Greece. Absolutely stunning. And the history that Greece is just such an ancient country. There's so much history. So, folks, if you ever get a chance to go to Greece, try to visit these places. Don't just stick to the beaches. I mean, I know the beaches are fun, and the beaches are beautiful, but try to go up north. You're really going to have an experience of a lifetime. Yeah, experience of a lifetime. And I want to thank all my family and friends who always welcomed me there with open arms. And it was just a very fabulous trip. And you guys will hear more about it in my book. And I also want to say that when I came back, I had a lot to catch up on. I came back, and there was all of our shows. I do miss going to the movie theater, but I will say that things like Netflix and stuff, I mean, they really have some good shows.
Apple TV.
They got some great shows. I want to start off with some of the films, some of the shows that I really, really enjoyed coming back to. And one of them was actually filmed in my backyard. I should say, like, somewhere I'm really familiar with in Kensington Avenue. My parents had a dry cleaners right there in Kensington. It's called the Long Bright River, right?
Yeah. I always get it wrong.
I know. You always say the Long Green Mile. Yeah. I don't know. It's the Long Bright River.
Yet? It's about Kensington.
Amanda
I get
Seyfried's
a totally
in it.
different thought when I think about Kensington, but that's just me.
No, the thought you get
is
what the show shows.
What the show is all about.
It's the biggest open-air drug market in the country.
It really is.
And that's what the show shows.
It really shows.
No shit.
And people who are watching that show, and they're like, oh,
so what's her name?
they
Amanda Seyfried?
Amanda
Seyfried. So she plays
She's
a police officer in the local district, trying to find.
We don't want to give.
Well, give the idea of what it's about. I
mean, let's just say that she plays a police officer in Kensington. That's her territory, and everything you know about Kensington
is on the show.
Exactly what it's about.
I knew a kid that failed Rosetta Stone Spanish 4 times. He started doing heroin and crack, and he became fluent in Spanish, bro. It was real quick. I mean, listen, dude, it was...
Was he on K&A? Did he live on K&A?
Oh, my God, Mo, I swear to God, dude, he failed it 4 times. He would go down there, he'd see, like, Donde está piedra en mantega. Dude, it was quick, Mo. It was real fast. I swear to God.
Boy.
That's funny.
So we're gonna get to Anthony real soon, guys. I'm telling you, this is he is the highlight of this podcast.
Oh,
today.
wait to meet Anthony.
So so that show was actually really good, and it had a really huge twist at the end. And I'm actually glad. No, I'm not. But I do want to say that I'm glad that the show highlighted that area, because we really need to bring awareness.
I mean, folks, every episode showed the disdain of the area, showed the griminess of Philadelphia, which was
like I said,
really
my parents
terrible.
had a dry cleaners down there back like 30 years ago, and it wasn't like that.
I mean, she almost looked nervous filming the show.
She's an actress, but yeah, because it's
she
just sad.
Nervous.
Yeah.
It was a very
sad
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's
very sad part of Philadelphia.
You should have paid friggin' Axl Rose "Welcome to the Jungle."
That's the music that belongs. When they pan the show.
You guys really
Welcome
have
to
to check it out.
Baghdad, cuz put it right up on top.
Check
and
it
guys,
out.
that's Philadelphia. That's not a joke. It's Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's a part of Philadelphia. Look, we have some beautiful spots in Philadelphia too, I will say. But
Kensington's not one of them.
No, Kensington's not one of them. No.
Correct. So that was great. And then, guys, 1923. I just want to talk briefly about this. That was the best last episode I have ever seen. Honestly, iconic. Taylor Sheridan, like, my hat out to you. Bravo. Congratulations. I cried, I laughed, and I was screaming in my living room with this last episode of 1923.
And her mom was like, what's going on?
The preview to Yellowstone, right?
Correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's right. He
Harrison
knows.
Ford and shit.
Yes.
He was fantastic.
You got, guys, I mean, if you don't care to watch the whole series, you could probably sum everything up in the last episode. I think it's 2 hours long.
You know, Sean, he even said...
It's phenomenal.
He even said
Sick.
it was the best thing he's ever done in his like 60 years of
Who,
acting.
Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Oh, it
He
was
was
just such a
interviewed and
good
said that.
show.
I'm really interested in Yellowstone. I haven't started watching. Me and her, I'm married to her cousin. Nobody's perfect. But listen, we just started watching, what's it called? Tulsa Kings.
Tulsa King,
I
another
love it,
great
cuz.
one,
Man, I
Sly.
love it. Man, Sly's no joke in it.
How
I know,
great
it's
is
great,
that show?
Great.
Dude, I'm only 4 episodes in, but I really love it.
You're gonna
Johnny.
love it. You're gonna love it.
I really
It gets-
do, Mo.
Gets
Yeah.
really, really good.
Get flashbacks.
Get
I start
flashbacks?
shaking
Sean,
and
you
shit.
get
You know what I mean,
flashbacks,
Mo?
Sean?
Yeah, we're gonna
I
talk about
does.
Sean gets flashbacks.
/ Anthony's story. He can relate to Tulsa King. He can relate to these places we're going to talk about today. So I think you guys are going to love the show today. It's going to be fun. And then the other show I did want to talk about was the Dope
Thieves.
That's another one close to my heart. It's
I don't know what
Philadelphia,
it is.
taking place in
So
Philadelphia.
it's about 2 guys who act as
DEA
DEA
agents.
and they rob drug dealers
My kind of
in
people.
North
I
Philly.
love it, cuz.
Yeah, in North Philly and like Essington.
North Philly, and then
Essington.
they show like Lancaster, PA. You get to see
No
like
joke.
the Amish. It's
2
really
guys,
great show.
It's
a
kinda like
Spanish
guys wearing
guy.
FBI jackets.
Yeah, they
kicking
wear
people's
DEA
doors in
agents. They
and
have a
shit.
badge. They rob drug dealers. That's his gig.
And absolutely great
and he
acting.
happens to rob the
Great
wrong
acting.
people in Bucks County,
Wow.
Upper Bucks County.
Who would
You
And
know-
then
Never
don't
thought-
say
What-
anymore. Don't say anymore because
well,
you're going to give
what's
it away.
Upper Bucks County famous for, Sean? Do you know?
I didn't know.
Methamphetamine?
Meth.
Oh,
I had
meth,
no
yeah.
idea. I didn't know
They
that.
robbed the wrong farmhouse. That's all I could say.
Yeah. It's a great show.
In
You
the
guys
middle
wanna
of
see
nowhere,
that.
Ottsville, Pennsylvania.
So this is what I had to
cartel
come back
got
home
pissed.
to.
That's right. Yes.
These shows, they were fabulous. They're
Correct.
just awesome. Every night I get to see like a new show, and it's absolutely great. We
So,
also,
folks, hold on. Let me make sure something. Before I met Angie, she lived in this monster home. She had these monster televisions, and
Monster
they were
home.
never on.
You got to read the book, The Queen
They
of
were
Linens,
never on.
guys.
She had
You'll see it. That's the back
All
of my old
these
house.
dumb televisions that were 65, 80 inches, probably a ton of money, never watched TV.
I know.
No, she definitely had a ton of money.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
you know, right?
Yeah.
It was definitely.
Well, he remembers.
So I actually thought about stuffing her husband in the trunk of a fucking car and holding him hostage. Like, nah, her cousin had to reel me in, Mo. I was like, yo, listen, I can hold Jimmy for fucking ransom.
Oh
It'll be
my
all right.
gosh.
Like,
Oh God.
I considered it.
You consider it? I have no
let's
comment.
just say, guys, that I've known him a long time. So we're
He's a great guy.
getting
He's a
little
great
deep
guy.
here.
He's a good guy to have if you're in a foxhole. I'm going to tell you now.
So let me just tell you, I got to get control of this podcast. This is going to be difficult
You
for
have
me.
control. We give
Okay,
you
here we
control,
go.
Mo.
So I did come back to the shows. I came back to the films that we were watching.
You were gone
and
10 days,
it's
Ange.
just
You were gone a long time.
I was gone a bit. I
10
needed
whole
that.
days?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I needed that. I went by myself. It was a trip. It was an amazing trip. It was a trip of a lifetime. And thank you for taking care of my mom. Thank you for taking care of the kids while I was gone.
Next
I could
time you
never
go,
have
take
done
your
it without
cousin
John.
with you. You take Sophia, you go for 10
Yeah,
days.
oh yeah. We would have a great time.
Thank
It was a
God.
life-changing
Is she
trip.
from that area?
She
Yeah,
is.
yeah. She's
the
from there.
Ipidos,
Yeah.
So we're gonna we're gonna jump right into food now. So let's go right into food. As soon as we got back, he had a whole bunch of things lined up for the Philly Food Fanatic. As you guys know, we are the Philly Food Fanatics, and one of these places that we went to, when he told me, I was just like, you know what? I was so looking forward to going to this place. It was Skinny Joey's Cheesesteaks.
That's right.
Joey Morlino. He opened up a new cheesesteak place right down, what was it? Right on Broad Street.
Broad Street, right near
And
the stadium is on Broad
Right
Street.
near the stadium. And I got to tell you guys, I mean, I know, listen, he's an alleged, whatever he's alleged to be. I've seen him on the news and things like that. But I can tell you that he was the nicest guy. No joke. Like, I'm not even bullshitting here. He and Little Snuff.
Sniff, you mean? Ange?
I know.
Listen, folks.
I'm horrible
I
at this
introduced
stuff.
her to Joey and the nephew Joe.
They call
His
him Little
name is
Snuff,
Little
and I was
Snuff.
calling him Sniff.
She's
Sorry.
saying Little Sniff.
I'm sorry.
She first said Sniff, and then Joe Morlino says, "You want me to write it down for you?" Angie?"
I know. Sorry. We do a lot of these places, so I can't,
Sean,
I don't know a lot of
make
these
it-
people.
Anthony, I can't make it up.
Listen,
I can't make it up.
All I got to say is for real, and I'm not bullshitting. I'm not scared to tell the truth. I'm going to
Now
be
his
totally
cheesesteak
honest
was
with
number one.
It was so good. Now, a lot of
said
people
what I
were
said, and
DMing
that's
us
right.
about, is it better than this place? Is it better than this place? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. That cheesesteak, I accidentally took Little Snuff's cheesesteak. I had ordered a different cheesesteak, and he had ordered his specialty, which I really think, and this is This is directly, I'm talking directly to Joey Marlino. I really think that you should name this cheesesteak after Little Snuff. It was no wonder he eats 80 a week. It was so good. It was a double cheesesteak, and it's with American cheese and Cheese Whiz.
It was
and
good.
That was what he ordered. I had ordered something else, but I accidentally got switched. So when I sat down and I ate this cheesesteak, I was literally like, and I can't eat a whole cheesesteak. I used to be able to do that back in the day. I can't do it anymore. I don't know. I just can't eat a whole cheesesteak. But I ate the whole damn thing. They were talking, and I was stuffing my face like a pig, like eating and eating. It was just so good. So all these DMs that we're getting about, is it as good as this person? Is it as good as this person? Yes, it's that good. It's worth the trip.
Yeah, 100%
Get down
worth
there.
the
It's
trip.
worth the wait. Wait in line. And I'll tell you, that line is kind of interesting because they come out. Like Joey Marlino comes out. He greets his fans. He greets his customers. Little Snuff comes out. They have people there all the time. The line goes by really quick.
It's a happening.
It's a happening place.
Why can't you say the guy's name right? His name's Joey Merlino, not Joey Marlino.
Well,
But she's
I
It's
don't
like
know.
when people
She's
say
Greek.
Italian and Italian.
It's
fucking
Merlino.
That does bother me when
Okay,
someone
so
says
Joey
Italian.
Merlino. Sorry, I've been saying your name wrong, but you know he's a swell guy.
He
I
was
really
he
liked
was
him a
very
lot.
nice to us.
He was.
I can't.
You know what?
He
I
was
watching
magnanimous.
him.
Let's
I
say
was
that.
literally watching him the whole time we were there, and people were coming up and they were like, "Can we take a picture with you?"
he was very
Can
magnanimous.
we? And he's just such a nice guy. Look, like I said, I don't know him previously or whatever he did in his previous life. That's something that I think Anthony knows because he knows him. So, we'll get into all that. But that was a great place, and thank you for having us there. Thank you to Little Snuff, too, for putting up with all my,
Broad
cuts
Street,
and
South
everything else.
Philadelphia, near the stadium, Skinny Joey's cheesesteaks, 100%.
Will not disappoint.
The
It'll
best.
be one of the
Look
best
at me.
cheesesteaks
The
you've
best.
ever had in your
I'm
life,
telling
for real.
you now, the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said what I said, and you can come at me, but I said what I said.
It is the best cheesesteak.
You didn't say nothing wrong. He's got great wings, great cheesesteaks.
Oh,
and
and
he
the
is-
wings.
the wings
Oh, my
were so
God, the
good,
wings.
too.
Forget about
Oh,
it.
my
Listen,
God.
the wings were almost better than the cheesesteak. I really enjoyed the wings.
No, and you know what? No, I mean, and the cheese fries, like you can tell they really know what they're doing. Like they changed out their oil. Can you imagine their lines are like going around
Well,
the
didn't you
block.
have a pizza
I had
shop?
cheese with. Well, yeah, we had a pizza shop, and I can tell you when you're serving that many people and that many fries, sometimes the oil can get burnt. You got to really know when to switch out the oil. I had an order of Cheese Whiz fries that sometimes they stick to your stomach. You feel bloated afterward. I had a cheesesteak and an order of Cheese Whiz fries by myself, and I felt great afterward. I didn't feel full. He uses really good quality meat.
He does.
It is not playing around. I mean, the guy's like,
It was ribeye, right?
He's got his name behind it, and he's not going to serve shit. He's really, really, whatever it is that he put in his mind and was set to do, he accomplished. So bravo to Joey Merlino.
And Little Snuff.
And Little
Joe,
Snuff.
this is for you, Joe. Little Snuff.
Yeah. So bravo to you guys. And I just want to say, we also went to another iconic place this week. Iconic for us, people who are from Philly. Chicky and Pete's. So we went to Chicky and Pete's, and
We
I used
did.
to hang out with Pete back in the day. At the original Chicky and Pete's on Frankfurt and Levick by Robin
real?
Street.
Yeah, that's right,
I
that's
used to hang out with Pete, and he was young then. He wasn't famous. He didn't have all these locations. He just had, that was the original one, and he made great food. We just used to hang out. So congratulations to him for his success. But we went to the one in Parks Casino.
Oh, loved it.
Absolutely great. Different from any other Chicky and Pete's I've been to. They had a live DJ at like 8 o'clock.
It was a happening.
It was a happening place. We actually went there with Anthony and his wife, my cousin Sophia. We had a fabulous time. Thank you to all the staff there. They really treated us fabulously. Like, you guys have to check out the reel on the Philly Food Fanatic. They're known for their, obviously their mussels, their crab fries. He's got that patent, guys. He invented the crab fries. I don't care what anyone else says. He did. Chicky and Pete's invented the crab fries. So everybody else can have it on their menu. And by the way, you can't list it as crab fries because you will get sued. He's got that patent and trademarked. But, a lot of places do say, like, we serve fries with crab, seasoning. It's not the same. You got to go to Chicky and Pete's for the crab fries. It's the best. So thank you. What was his name? Dan, the manager over
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Thank you very much for having us there. So there were two iconic places that the Philly food fanatics went to. Joey Merlino's place, Skinny Joey's Cheesesteaks. You guys have to check that out, and obviously Chicky and Pete's.
Listen, there's no shortage of ribeye in these steaks. So after the whole term Skinny Joey's, Snuff's like on his 150th steak.
Cheesesteak.
Joey even said it in a
And he looks great. He does
does.
look super good
He does.
because he's like always active and running around, so he looks great for eating 80 cheesesteaks a week. I mean,
Did
but
you
I don't
just say
blame
he
him.
eats 80 cheesesteaks?
That's
No,
what Joey said. I have it on tape.
He
That's
eats
Joe-
cheesesteaks like every 5 minutes. It's funny. It's so funny.
We'll go back in a year and we'll check little Snuff out.
He might not look the way he does right now. Yeah.
But you did say Joey is a great guy. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He is. He's amazing.
So that's so that's basically, and we got a few places that we're going to this week.
Yeah,
So
we're
we're
lined up
getting
pretty
back
good.
on track, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with us. So now all the attention goes to my special guest, Anthony Sebastiano, which otherwise known as Guido. And I want to tell you that I've known him a very long time, many, many years. But, family sometimes goes in and out. I had my own things to deal with. You obviously can read it all in the book. But so a couple years ago, John and I were out, and we went to a comedy club called the Comedy Cabaret in Doylestown. And we're sitting there, and I said to John,
Oh, hold on. And it's dark, by the way.
Very dark
The show's
in there,
about to start. It's dark as hell.
Yeah.
Can't see anything. And here's what she
So
says.
I'm sitting there, and I was like, I look across the room. I'm like, John, I know that guy. And John looks over,
Get
and
the
somehow
fuck outta
John
here.
knew who he was. And John's like, you don't know that guy. He's like, get the fuck, you don't know that guy. And I'm going, no, I know that guy. He's like, no, you don't. Okay. So I was like, I left it at that. I was like, no, I don't. So we're sitting there talking. Next thing you know, I get a tap on the shoulder. And here he is. And he's like, yo, Ange. And I was like, here he is. And he was the opening act, one of the opening acts. And he was actually better than the actual act.
Headlining,
This
yeah.
guy is so funny. When he came up, I nearly peed myself. People were
He
screaming
had
that they
the
wanted more of
place
him.
screaming.
He was
it was packed.
hilarious.
It was packed. There had to be
And I
200
think that
people
when
in
you're
there.
a comedian, I think that it's either natural. It has to be natural. I think you either
you
have
can't
it or
fake
you
it.
don't. You really can't fake it. So I do want to say that you guys have to check out his comedy show whenever I don't know what your schedule is as far as, your shows and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about that. But yeah, he's actually fantastic. What got you into comedy?
Your cousin broke my balls and told me that I was funny and I should go up and I should start, just telling stories and stuff like that. But she sucked as a manager, so that's why my career dribbled. You know what I mean? But yeah, for me it was just it was like therapy. I like doing it. I don't get too nervous around being in front of people. The lights bother me a little bit. I feel like I'm getting questioned by the feds. You know what I mean? Like that bothers me a little
got
bit.
some
but-
That's his previous life.
you know what I
Previous
mean?
life,
Like
previous life.
it's a little bit crazy to me, but I really enjoyed it. I guess if you're not nervous and you go in front of me, just be yourself and I tell stories. It just worked for me.
No, are
That
the
was
stories that you tell made up or true?
That are true.
Yeah,
They're true.
Because you were talking about being married to a Greek, and you would talk on your skit like that you had. You were talking about being married to a Greek. You were talking about how your in-laws treat your kids and stuff like that, and it was just hilarious. It was so honest, you can tell, and I think that's what made it so funny.
He had the place.
They were
rolling.
dying.
They
People
were
were
dying. I
dying.
couldn't believe it.
People were really, really.
I was so happy for him. I felt proud.
So Sean, I would like for you to tell us a little bit about your comedy.
My comedy is just all stories. I mean, I just tell stories. I mean, you think about Al Pacino, you tell stories. You know what I mean? You go out, you got to think like Colonel Slag and shit. I just
funny.
I just go into it and I tell stories. But my life's comical because I'm married to a Greek, you know what I mean? And her parents are related. I mean, they're definitely third cousins. There's no doubt about it. Like, listen, they come from this
told
little
ya.
village in Greece, right? They're both fucking last names of Giados. It's a little suspect to me, dude. Like, I mean, it's got to be honest. Then I look at my kids, they're a little retarded. So
No,
it's got to be
that's-
the inbreeding. Like, it has to be, right, Mo? So it just never ends. You know what I mean?
her
You
parents. They're definitely not related to each other.
Listen what I'm telling you, Ange. Both of their fucking last names Gianos in a fucking little ass village. Look, It's a little suspect.
100%.
I told him.
Oh my
100%.
God.
I was on the
Are
way
you
here. I said,
kidding
this is
me?
what we're going to do. Get a fucking swab and swab their fucking mouths. And we're going to send it away to the D. I guarantee they're related.
No doubt.
And we'll lie to them. We'll
Yeah.
say that we're doing it to see if we're related to Alexander the
Listen,
Great or something.
they
You know
had
what
a
I mean?
beautiful. Listen, they had a beautiful daughter.
Right,
and
right,
I've
right.
known Sophia my entire life. She's an absolute outstanding person. So
When's your birthday?
July 15th.
I've been with her 30 years. I'll give it to you for a present. Nah, she is. She's amazing. Not for none. I wasn't. I mean, a beautiful
Folks, this
person.
is why he's
Listen,
funny on stage, folks, because it's all natural.
He's a natural. He really is.
you know why I got with Sophia?
No.
She had a great ass.
No
Like seriously,
kidding.
that thing, like the Greeks, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
like it's amazing. I will say this: I've been all over the world. I was a Marine, all over the
Yes,
world.
he was a Marine and a sniper, right?
I was a sniper. You know how that fucking happened? I was a machine gunner when I went in, and I didn't want to be a sniper. A guy comes up to me. I fired expert twice on the range. He's like, "Yo, we'll send you to fucking scout sniper school." I was like, "I don't want to do that." He said, "Yo, Mo, you're a fucking machine gunner. You know what your life expectancy is in a firefight?" I was like, "What?" He's like, 3 seconds sold.
For real?
And I go, "Yeah, 3 seconds. They take them out first, cuz."
Sniper.
You're right. Oh,
So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Now, this was during what wars, Sean?
Haiti, Bosnia, and Somalia. I went in right after high school when I graduated from North. You're going to confuse your viewers. You keep calling me Sean. My parents died. I got adopted. So, by my mother's sister, and they changed my name. That's why I got the jerked off name, Sean Ewald.
Wow.
So yeah, your name that you first of all you were born in Italy, right?
I was, but I came over. I grew up here. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
grew up here, and my great-grandmother raised me. That's why I speak fluent Italian. And Greek now, too. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I know. We'll be
Because
in
you
with the Greek for
motherfuckers.
30
I love how he says, talk to Greek. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I know. He was like,
Well,
I
I had
don't
to-
understand Greek. And meanwhile, he understands all Greek. So I'm sitting there talking about him, and he's laughing his ass
Well,
off.
that's why I did it. You know what I mean? It's like when I went to the Dominican Republic and them motherfuckers were talking Spanish, and I sat there. I told you, I spent a lot of time in Kensington. Look, you picked it up real good. Yo, you just sit there and you fucking listen. I answer back in their own language. Miserable motherfuckers, bro. They talk about you, dude. Oh my God, what are you gonna do?
So he was a sniper in
Yes.
the Marines.
In the Marines.
Wow. God
Yeah.
bless you. Thanks for your
State
service. man.
platoon 2-6. I was stationed in Camp Lejeune. I took your cousin out there, actually.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Thanks for
Yeah,
your service.
my son is a Marine too.
He
Went to
is.
Marine, always a Marine. So I will say, you know, I have a lot of respect. Thank you for your service.
Yes. 100%.
I got a machine gun burn here somewhere. Wow. You know what I mean? Changing the barrels out.
I
to
see
get
a lot
red
of
hot.
Greek on your arm there. I see a lot of Greek. I mean, I see Sophia's name. I see your son's name. I see, like, you know, a lot of Greek. God's here, the Parthenon. For somebody who's claims that the Italians, you know, or this and, you know, that. But I see a lot of Greek here going on.
He
Can you
promotes
explain
what he
that?
loves, Ange.
No, I just go with winners. I mean, we conquered Greece and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, we made it a better
can't.
place,
I
bro.
really
Like, what are you
can't.
going to do? Like,
Who
you
didn't
know,
conquer Greece?
Alexander was amazing. He conquered the known world by 5,000 years before we took them over and enslaved them. Like, listen, this is why if you do enough DNA tests, dude, you always see a Dago or a Greek that got a test. We're out fucking Albanian in them. Like, listen.
Well, we're
you know
close
what
to
I mean?
Albania. I mean, we're
Or
right
the
next door to
Turks.
Albania.
I still feel she's Albanian.
You know
I'm
what,
just going to
Mo?
go with that.
All joking aside, they're all beautiful countries. I've been to all of them. Turkey's beautiful.
It is.
Albania, I don't know about. I know
Albania's
whatever.
beautiful,
I
too.
heard it's
Their beaches,
beautiful,
yeah.
though. It's the same as Greece. It's
Yeah,
right next
the
to it.
same beaches. Yeah, it's true.
Italy's beautiful.
Now,
France is a shithole.
You grew up in South Philly. Is that where you grew up?
I did. I grew up in South
And you
Philly.
said you grew up with your grandmother.
My great grandmother.
Great grandmother.
She was my Philomena Sebastiano.
Wow.
She would talk.
So
to
wait a
your
minute. Are
cousin.
you related to the Philomena, the pizza places?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Because
My
I know
grandmother-
those pizza places. That Philomena. What is it? Santucci's? Not Santucci's.
No, that's it. That last name is Santucci.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
His last name is Sebastian.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But Angie will love this.
Yeah.
We got a coat of arms with our last name. Your jerk off cousin brought this to my attention.
Really?
So we go out and they do the coat of arms. My last name used to be Sebastianos.
Oh,
They
so you were
changed
Greek.
It's a Greek last name.
What a surprise! You were actually Greek. See, listen. You know,
Everything goes back to the Greeks?
Everything goes back to the Greeks. I'm
My
sorry to
kids
tell
did a
you.
DNA test. They're 60% fucking Greek and
Yep,
40%
that's right.
Italian.
That's right.
So
So you can
know
talk
what I mean,
all you
Mo?
want about the conquering of Greece and all this, but you
We
know
could
what?
Google it and see how long we enslaved your people. But
true.
like, listen,
Didn't
it's all
my
good.
uncle do a
you know,
thing too? Aren't I like 25% Greek?
Yeah,
Didn't he talk
everybody's
about
Greek. You know, there's those people who are Greek and those who want to be Greek.
That's, I think, an
Period.
Italian saying. There's those that are Italian and want to be Italian. I mean, you could switch it for your podcast, but in reality...
And folks, this is why he's good on stage, because he's funny.
He's funny.
It's natural. He doesn't rehearse it. He had this place rolling on the floor.
They were
yelling
so fun.
encore.
Yeah.
And then the headliner had to come on. He bombed.
I want to see what...
I'll never forget that.
I got to ask your viewers a question, though, dude. We were talking before we came here about the song from Cardi B, right? The WAP song. I'm going to get John, and I'm going to write a had song. Like, yeah, listen.
You
I
can
figured
figure out what it means.
Had, right? Listen, it is what it is. I mean, she wrote that song, sold 1 million fucking copies. I'm going to write a had song.
That's funny.
Why not?
That's right.
Listen, dude, we're in the DEI generation. Don't even get
I'm
me started
I'm
on this new
100%.
fucking generation, Mo.
So let me ask you. You got this. You're an Eagle fan. You have your jersey on.
Reggie White, Mo. The
Reggie
Minister
White.
of Defense.
Right, Minister of Defense. So you're a huge Eagle fan.
He's a
I
Philly
am.
fan, too.
He's a Philly fan.
I'm a
as well.
sports fan.
Right, right.
Not this new jerk off, though. Like, I don't...
You're OG.
your favorite
You're OG.
The Sixers in basketball, the Eagles in football, the
course, our
Phillies in
champs.
baseball, the fucking Broad Street Bullies in fucking hockey. I don't discriminate, but my favorite basketball player is Larry Bird.
Really?
I love the Bird, even though he was a Celtic. He was a monster.
He was great.
He wasn't like LeBron James. You know what I mean? Broke his eye socket, came back in, tell you to play, go fucking hit it. These kids, I argue with my kid every day about it. Jerk offs. But that I blame the inbreeding. Again, you know what I mean? They're inbred. They're a little retarded. What are you going to do?
I can't do.
How many children you have, Sean?
3. I got 3 boys. Nobody gives a fuck about me because they don't
We
care.
care about you.
We care
Yeah,
about
but
you.
my kids don't.
We
though.
love you, dude.
When
We
they
love
want
you.
money, they care about
They
me.
care. Right.
you know
When
what I
they
mean?
need something,
Welcome
they're
to the new
They're up your
generation.
ass when you need something, right, Sean?
My
Right?
little son, Dimitri, he came up to me one day. I'm not making this up. It's a true fucking story. He said, "Ba, that's Greek for father. I'm a fucking ba." They're like this. They were like, "Ba, listen, if you and Ma were hanging over a fucking cliff, I would let you go because I know that's what you'd want me to do, and I'd save Ma." I was like, "Yo, Ma, listen, you wouldn't even try to take us both on that, but I would go down and see you. I'd be sad."
How old was that when he said that?
Listen, boys have a weak spot for their moms. You got to understand that, especially Greek boys, because we tend to spoil our boys. I have
shit.
4 kids. I got 2 boys, 2 girls, and I have I love all my kids the same, but I do have a weak spot for my boys. I do. This is just facts.
I've been with your cousin 30 years. And you know what I've come to realize, Johnny? Listen, I could look at any man and tell you how long he's been married. You know how I could tell? He's a defeated man. You got to give certain things up when you fucking get married. Like hope.
I concur.
You got to give hope up. You
Yeah,
know what
hope.
I mean?
Hope.
Like there's
He
no
just
like
said
Hope and change.
He literally
no,
just said
listen,
hope.
hope and like you know what I mean? Like your dreams, all that shit. You just give it the fuck up because
I agree.
That's so not true, guys.
especially with a Greek broad. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's so not
Jesus
true.
Christ.
You have your say, and then they have their say, and then their say wins.
Yeah, well, it's like that movie. What is it? My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You're the head of the family. I'm the neck. I turn the head anywhere I want. And that's
Well,
the
that's
truth.
true.
Hey, does he know that or what?
You know what I mean, Mom?
Listen,
Listen, the
we're
guy's
powerful women.
The guy
We come
knows
from
food. He knows comedy. He knows movies. He knows the Greek
Oh,
of
let's
people.
see if he knows fashion. Let's go there. This is a podcast about film, food, and fashion. These are my passions, so we're going to talk a little bit about fashion. Now, I've seen you many times. I always usually see you in an Eagles shirt, a Phillies shirt, a Sixers shirt. You're always wearing the sports.
Don't forget about Bird. I
He's
wear
repping.
Celtics
He's repping
jersey
his-
too.
He does.
repping his people.
But let's talk a little bit about fashion. Who is your favorite designer, if you have one? Let's talk a little bit
For
about
like regular clothes or suits. What do you mean?
suits. Let's talk about
Suits.
fashion. Let's talk about formal dressing. I've seen you at church too, and you look pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I will say.
because it's a Brooks Brothers tailor-made suit, Mo. Like I don't play
So
around.
who's your
Listen.
favorite? Who's your favorite designer?
I think he just
I
said-
liked Versace.
Versace.
Some of the
Because
designers,
it's loud. Versace's loud. I definitely see you in Versace.
but some of the designers you would never even heard of because you go down to South Philly or Center City and you go to some of these tailors and you get beautiful tailor-made suits. I mean, they cost about $3,000. But it's all right. I got 2 kidneys. I sell one. You know what I mean? You on the black market, you'll be all right. You get it. You're good. But I
he was joking.
like tailor-made suits. I like the 3-piece.
so
though.
custom made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Custom
He
made to
looks
fit. I'm
really
like
good
Ric
when-
Flair. You know what
seriously.
I mean?
Ric Flair,
Custom
that's
made
right.
from head to
Custom
toe,
made,
Mo.
baby.
With the lizard shoes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
listen, I've seen you in a Valentino suit too before.
You have?
Really, he knows how to. He's not just sports. I mean, he puts on this he is a wild. He's a wild He can be a wild
Listen,
animal.
like I said, he's the
But
guy you
he's-
want to be with if you're in a foxhole.
No, I will say this, Ange. I mean, you had Ferraris, you had fucking Lamborghinis. And all
Lamborghinis,
that.
no Ferraris.
Alls
no
I had
Ferraris.
to do,
I'm a Lamborghini girl. No
you know
Ferraris.
how I had to get a fucking Lamborghini, Ma? I had to go steal it. Listen, Ma.
Yeah.
Not
No,
for
I
nothing,
had 3
to fucking
Lamborghinis.
carjack
Please
somebody,
don't say
cuz.
Ferrari. I am
Listen.
definitely not a Ferrari girl. I am a, this is a big thing. You know how the Italians and Greeks go at it?
They
well,
do.
Ferrari
Well,
and Lamborghini.
by the way,
You're
they're
either
both,
a Ferrari
they're both
girl.
Italian, just to let you know.
They're both
Ferrari
Italian.
and
They-
Lamborghini
yeah, the
are both
Greeks-
Italian.
We'll give them
What do
that.
you
they're
have?
not. What
I
do
had
they have?
You have
Three-
gyros.
What do you mean?
What do the
you
Greeks
mean?
have? They have gyros.
We invented democracy. What the hell do we have?
Do you have
we
any
invented
cars? Do they
everything.
have any cars?
Oh, please, let's not. Listen, I know you guys are 2 of you and 1 of me, but we're not going to go with the Greeks invented everything.
Did I tell you what happened when I married her fucking cousin? I still owe her fucking father-in-law. My father-in-law. Her father.
Dowry? He had a
The
dowry?
oh, gods, bro. I had to give him fucking 12 goats and a pound of feta cheese. Listen, cuz, dude, just to fucking take her off her hands. I tried to give her the fuck back, and he's like, nah, bro. You're
She's
good.
yours now, man.
I realized I was in trouble as she got older, and I started looking at my mother-in-law. I was like, Jesus, you know how many fucking novenas I had to pray? I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, oh, my God. Like,
And she's your cousin, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
crazy.
Jesus
She's really nice.
Christ.
She's a great girl, Sophia. I love her. She's great.
family. So yeah.
I
so
couldn't ask for a better wife.
I
All
bet.
joking aside.
Yeah.
That fucking girl, dude, like, my God, she should be in a rocket chair in a fucking straitjacket.
yeah, she's a saint. She's a saint, especially for putting
She
up with
loves
you
you.
for all these years. Well, listen, we're very close, very very close. Our families grew up like we literally grew up together. So
In that
we're
North Philly?
combining. Northeast.
Northeast,
Philadelphia,
northeast.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
so-
from A Street. I mean, it's a
I
little
am
on the
from A
ropes,
Street.
You know what
Yes,
I mean? Like,
listen,
well,
guys, I'm proud of it. We're going to talk about North. I don't hide the fact that I'm from North Philadelphia.
No, I just wanted
Not
to
at
shout
all.
out to North Philly
Yeah,
for you.
shout out to North Philadelphia, A in Wyoming. That is where I grew up, 4633 A Street. That was my home until I was about 13 years old, and then we moved up to the greater Northeast where Sophia lived. And then I
is
was
that
right off
part
of
of the
Ron and the
open-air
Boulevard.
market,
So I'm
that
a
area?
true
Is that-
Philly girl. I am
Oh,
a true
yeah,
Philly
bro.
girl,
Like,
guys.
Ange would throw her fucking hands up in fist fight, Mo. Like, yo, listen,
Oh,
don't
me? Yeah.
sleep on Ange, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
It could have been worse for you, know. My parents got fucking killed, and I went to Fishtown and ran about Irish and Polish people. That's why I can fight, bro. Like, Jesus Christ.
So can
Well,
we
we're
talk a
gonna
little
talk
bit
about that,
about?
'cause he has a
Yeah,
fight
let's
coming
talk
up.
about how your parents got killed, or specifically your father.
My father got murdered. I ain't gonna mention his name, but he got murdered. He was not famous, but he was infamous, I should say. My dad's dad got murdered. My mother got murdered,
So
given a hot shot. So my mother's sister adopted me, and I went to Fishtown, and grew up at Thompson and Oxford. I hung out at the Fishtown Rec. I went to North Catholic High School.
So
And
what was your upbringing like? I want to say that must have been rough for you.
they got killed 5 months apart, right? So my father died in 84, and my mother died February of 85. And my grandfather, who I got raised by his mother, my grandfather's mother, who raised me,
great-grandmom,
my
right.
great-grandmother, he died in 89. And when he died, it was like losing my father all over again. So my mother's sister adopted me, and her husband, I love that guy. I got his last name, Ewald. Sophia wouldn't take that fucking name. I don't blame her. I hate it. And you got to imagine, Mo, when I got adopted, fucking Star Wars was big. So guess what they called me? Ewok. Right? You cocksuckers. You know what I mean? So I'm an Italian dude getting this name. And I was like, whatever. And it was just crazy to me. It was wild. It really was. It was like a different, like you needed a passport to go there. You know what I mean? They were all like tough white kids, and all they did was fight. And
So you've been in a lot of fights. Oh, let's talk about the fights. Now you're a boxer.
I was a wrestler when I was younger, a boxer. I'm
Don't you
50
have?
now.
I know, but you're in great shape. And don't you have a match coming up?
Yeah, I'm a union iron worker, local 401, and I'm going to fight in the tournaments this year. Hopefully, I don't get in the ring with a 20-year-old kid. It's like Tyson is prime, get knocked the fuck out in 30 seconds, but we'll see what happens.
We're going to
You know
be there
what
to
I mean?
support him, though. That's right.
We
But,
will be there. Absolutely.
I'm down at Witherspoon's gym. Tim Witherspoon Jr.'s training me. I mean, when I boxed in South Philly at Jimmy Washington's place, Jolton Jeff Chandler was my trainer, bantamweight champion of the world. Wow. And, I was on North Catholic's wrestling teams, and they were great teams. The kids in the UFC will talk about, what's his name, Eddie Alvarez. And, you know, he's probably the most famous one, but I got to wrestle and watch a lot of great kids there, like Eddie Torres and Jimmy Savage and John Cancellieri, and they were amazing wrestlers. They were fucking animals, actually. Wow, so it was a great wrestling program.
I can't wait to see you fight. I can't wait. I mean, I know you're 50, but you are absolutely in fabulous
Yeah, he's
shape.
not the normal 50. I'm the normal
he's in great
50.
shape.
He's not the normal 50.
Great shape.
You know, something. It's the Sicilian genes, Mo. Maybe a little Greek in there. Who knows? It's the olive oil, Mo.
So when is your next show? Let's talk about that. And if you don't have one, I mean, can we do something really soon? I mean, that's your talent. I think it's your God-given talent. You know, you're just a naturally funny guy.
Yeah, you
and
can't
you really
try
need
to be funny,
out there.
folks. You can't try to be funny.
Yeah, and this is why I have you on the show. I just think you're a special kind of person. You got a lot of nice talents. Like, you just one of those people that you want to hang out with.
I got a book full of jokes. Like, I write ideas down and stuff, but your cousin blows as a manager, so I never really
We're going to change that.
We're going to
I
change
never
that. I'll
really
be your
went
manager.
out. Like, you know what I mean? I never really went out. And that guy at that place where he's met me at, he would get in my head right before I go out. I couldn't do my whole act. He would you remember?
I know
told
you're not
you,
allowed to curse that much
not
and
allowed-
stuff like that. I know that was hard.
Your viewers are going to find this hard to believe, but I curse a lot. You know what I mean? It's and he would get in my head, and I really couldn't do my act the way I wanted.
I
to.
thought it was a
I
fabulous
thought the act was fantastic.
I thought it was a fabulous act.
People
It
were
was
on.
great.
They were on their feet cheering, and then the next guy had to come out, and he didn't get the same response. I remember that, like it was yesterday.
It was because people were still laughing. They
Sean, there
couldn't
was
believe
there
the
was
things that were
200
coming out of
people
your
in that room,
mouth.
Sean.
It was just like.
And it's
Anthony,
only
there were
5
200
minutes, and you could call me Sean.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, right?
Okay.
Like the guys in the union, I'm actually changing my name back to my real name. That's a whole funny story. My kids got my real last name. Sophia's got my real last name.
Yeah.
But I was a criminal in my former life. I know you can't believe it. It's
I'm in shock.
unbelievable. I'm
Well,
shocked
you want to
by
tell
it.
us a little bit about that? Like, I don't know, what you want to talk about. So it's pretty interesting. I'll
You mean
say.
like you boosted cars?
Did you
and stuff like that?
did you serve any time?
Yeah, I went to prison. I was in I couldn't do it in college, so I went in the pharmaceuticals on the street, and it worked out
Pharmaceuticals on
really
the
good.
street.
Like,
I really
was like
like
a
that.
pharmacist.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, you were-
It was
you were a
really
street
good.
pharmacist.
But
I
it was
understand.
amazing. But the way that happened, that's a crazy story, actually. These kids moved next door to my grandmother at 6th and Reed, and they were from Trinidad. They were from fucking New York. And
Wasn't there a boxing gym right there at 6th and Reed?
yeah, I used to box there.
That was the boxing gym.
Yeah,
right?
but it was by 9th Street. It was by Capitola.
Okay.
And your boy Joey will love that because that's where he played softball at for Gino's
Cafe.
Yeah.
I knew Gino's
So
Cafe.
I played fucking baseball, Capitola when I was a kid, and I left Fishtown actually. I left when I was 15, and I went back to South Philly with my grandmother.
Okay.
I had to get the fuck out of there, bro. It was just like a
Well,
bad-
Fishtown now is like you have no idea. Like the restaurants there and the
I do have
properties.
an idea. The guy
Very
took me down.
gentrified.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
a funny story
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Fishtown.
Yeah.
Sophia was away in Greece. So my boy, this is funny too. They call him Skinny Joey in the union. I won't call him Skinny Joey. I said, listen, Mo, you're not fucking Skinny Joey. I'll call you fucking Joe. His name's Joey Stokes. So he wants to go out, and he's from where is it? Manayunk. He's from Manayunk.
Okay, Manayunk,
Which is
yeah.
all kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I go
yeah,
out there
it
with
is.
him 1 week. And
Right.
We go out there, and it's all college kids. So he's like, yo, we'll go out to Fishtown. So I'm like, what the fuck you mean? I hadn't been to Fishtown since you know what I mean? I was like,
Changed a
Fishtown.
lot,
I was
huh?
like, what are you talking about? Like, we're going to I'm right.
Big
so we go to
restaurant.
Yeah.
Fishtown on Gerard Ave. What's that bar? It's right there on Gerard Ave. As a matter of fact, they filmed Creed in it. Like his girlfriend sings in it. It's called,
Okay.
I can't remember the name, man. It's driving me nuts.
I can't remember.
It's
either.
right
I'm bad
there
with
at Frankfurt and Gerard.
that. Okay.
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 Whatever
I
it's
see it. I
called.
just don't know. I don't know. I see the area.
So I go into this joint, and it's funny. I'm wearing this jersey. So I got a Reggie White jersey on, and now there's dudes in dresses. There's it's just totally different. It's completely different, right? So I go in the corner. Like I'm sitting in the corner. I drink. I get into an argument with this kid. It was a dude, but he was transgender. So he comes up, tries to pick me up, and I'm like, listen, Mo.
He tried to pick you up, meaning like he liked you.
Oh
like-
yeah!
Oh, wow.
Yeah! And everybody in the
good.
fucking bar, he picked me in the corner with a Reggie White jersey on. So I'm married. I tried to go that route. Because you can tell this dude's a fucking dude. The first thing you look at their feet, you look at their hands. The feet don't lie, the hands don't lie.
100%.
You don't even gotta look at the Adam's
100%.
apple. You look at the
Okay.
feet and the hands.
Okay.
So anyway, he's like, what he say to me? And I tried to be a civil human being, like a fully functioning, formal human. He was like, well, I am a girl. And I was like, and this is where I fucked up. I said, well, yeah, Mo, I'm married, but even if I wasn't, I like real girls, and it just went bad from
It went bad from
Yeah.
that.
It went real bad.
Well, I guess the gentrification of Fishtown, and it's different than when he grew up.
Oh
Different,
yeah, no, I remember
35,
Fishtown when I
40
was
years
younger.
ago.
You couldn't go down there.
Now
it was horrible.
it's
Now
$1 million
prime property.
homes
Absolutely.
and
We've been to
restaurants.
so many nice restaurants.
Where they're
down there,
walking,
too.
they would have got killed.
Really?
No, you would have got robbed.
Yeah. Jeez.
Walking
Not
down
anymore.
Frankfurt
Oh, yeah,
Ave.
30 years ago, yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite
Killed.
pharmacies down there.
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
it's-
Correct. And that's on Girard Avenue.
Yeah, right on Girard Avenue.
That brings us in there. I mean, we're all around the same age. I mean, so to me, this new world is crazy. I look at this new generation, like you think about what it is. They got apps for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
they do.
serial killers don't even got to work anymore.
Yeah,
They
it's
worked
true.
when we were
It's
growing
true.
up.
I agree.
But I will say that what I'm praying for is some place like Kensington, to the way we look at it today, to maybe one day in the future become like a fish town.
It already is.
I want it to clean up.
No,
I
it
want
already is. But the thing about it is, I mean, we're building things down there now. It's ridiculous. They got $1 million things right at Kensington and Somerset.
Yeah, yeah.
But the problem is, you walk around the fucking
Yeah,
corner.
you can't
they
leave your
gotta
house.
get-
You
they
can't
gotta
leave your
get-
front door.
They got to clean it up. They got to get rid of
Well,
the
that
drugs
show
down
brought a
there.
lot of light to the.
That's one of the reasons why I really like that show. It really highlighted and brought to light, that whole area. And we need to do something about it, guys. We can't just let our youngsters, our young kids, end up like this.
100,000 a year are dying.
Yeah.
From overdose from
It's
fentanyl.
absolutely terrible. And we're all Sean and I are definitely true Philadelphians. You have a New Yorker here. I mean, he is the Philly food fanatic, but he was born and raised in New York. But he's still Philadelphia means a lot to him, And your kids are from Philly.
Oh yeah.
And
South Philly.
let's make Philadelphia great again. Let's get Philly to a point where people can start visiting these areas again.
I'm reminded of Ozzie Myers. You know who Ozzie Myers was?
No.
He was a congressman that was taking a bribe from the feds. And the feds had him, right?
Yeah.
And they asked him something, and he said, money talks and bullshit walks. You got the money, I'll do whatever you want to do. We'll never conquer that problem until they make a solution for the problem. And arresting people that have drug problems or arresting dealers, street dealers, is never going to conquer that problem. Because let me tell you something, Mo, that's all they know.
Right.
You're
their
raised
life.
that way.
That's
That's
their
all
life.
you know. And as soon as you go to jail, another one comes up. Until they combat the source
Yeah.
of where it comes, it's never going to go anywhere.
I agree with that. They really need to. I think that begins with the government, but we're not going to. That's a whole.
Listen,
Nah,
don't
it's
get me
a whole-
started.
we're not
Don't
gonna
get
go
me
down
started
that
on the
route.
Yeah,
government.
we're not going to go down that road. But yeah, I think that's where it starts.
I will say this: I never voted my entire life. Well, I wasn't allowed to vote, but now I am, and a veteran that don't vote. But I don't get into politics.
Yeah.
But or religion. On that note, though, I'm a little bit upset. I was an altar boy for 12 years. I went
Really?
to Catholic school my whole life. And my fucking pride's starting to get hurt because no priest ever tried to rape me. I don't know what's going on. Bro.
That's funny.
No,
This is the
like,
kind
was there
of stuff
something
we're talking
fucking wrong
about.
with me, bro? Like, why didn't a priest ever try to touch
that's
me?
funny,
Like, I don't
that's funny.
understand. I don't get it.
Oh,
Like,
you
what
get
the
insulted,
fuck?
right? You get
I got a little
insulted,
bit
right?
insulted.
You got a little insulted,
like, yo,
right?
I hear all this shit. I would have liked
So
to got
crazy.
a fucking lawsuit. Like, why?
Now,
they
Ange,
never
your
tried to
priests are
touch me.
different than the Catholic priests, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
that-
If I was going to be a priest, it would be in the Greek faith.
It would be.
Listen,
$150,000
Our
a
religion.
year.
I'm
Mo.
Orthodox,
Listen,
so.
$150,000 fucking dollars a year they get. Listen, they can get married. They do.
work a lot. They work a lot. Listen, we're coming up right now. It's going to be Holy Week soon.
It is.
And I'm
Easter.
telling you, it is one of the biggest religious holidays in the Greek religion. It is so meaningful. It is just, there's church every night of the week and Holy Week.
No
and
shit.
Yeah, we fast for like 40 days when I was younger. I literally had to fast for 40 days. My mom and dad didn't play that
What's
shit.
the story with
I
that
was
light?
really
Ask you,
bad.
like, I want to ask her a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Though. You're Greek Orthodox.
Yeah.
Like my wife Sophia and my kids.
Yes.
Where'd your religion come from?
What do you mean where it came from?
It didn't just, you weren't just Greek Orthodox. Where did it come from?
Well,
Where did it originate from?
I to be honest, I don't really know.
You want me
the
to
answer
tell you?
that. Tell me.
The Catholic religion.
Okay.
You just broke off. You know what I mean, Mo?
I
Listen,
don't know
Jesus
how true
made the
that
Catholic.
is. I'm not a fact checker. I don't know how true that is
You want
at
to
the
Google
moment.
it? Well, Google
Well,
it. On your
Google's not
podcast.
always right. I will say that. Google's not
Historically,
always right.
it is, though.
But I will say that
That's funny.
it is a very big holiday for us. You know,
For all
Easter.
Christians.
Yeah, for all Christians. Absolutely.
Easter. You know where all Christian religions came from? The Catholic religion, Mo.
Really?
Yeah, it's the originator of everything. Jesus made the Catholic religion. And Peter, you're my rock, and upon your rock, I'll build my church.
Correct.
So I don't sway, bro. I'm fine. Being Catholic's good. Look, I fuck up. I say a couple Our Fathers, a couple Hail Marys, confession, I'm good, and I start over.
Well, yeah, confession.
They
is a
don't
big
got
thing.
that, Mom.
No, they
do
don't have
say-
that.
You know what I
No,
mean?
we have confession.
Well, you don't go into a box and pray.
No, our confession is face to face.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
face-to-face.
our
Ask her
confe-
how much it costs. You
It
got to
doesn't
pay the
cost
priest
anything.
first.
No, it honestly costs nothing. Our confession is face to face. No, I'm serious. You know
She's
what
funny.
that's like? Confessing to a priest face to face. That's deep.
I got married in a Greek church, though.
You sure
Did
did.
you really? Yeah,
you
that's
sure
right.
did.
She was at my wedding.
I was at your wedding, and it was a fabulous wedding.
I look good in
and-
the tux, though,
Yeah,
right,
you
Mom?
did. You look great. That's what I said. You have a
listen.
great sense of fashion. So,
but,
so with that being said, guys, I mean, I just want to tell you again, thank you very much for following us. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our page, our YouTube channel, and we'll be back. We're going to try to do this once a week, so we'll be back soon. Congratulations to Anthony/Sean, another. I mean, call him Guido, right? They call you Guido. Can you tell us why they call you Guido?
Guido was just a fucking nickname I got because I was around a bunch of harps, all the
What's
Irish
that mean?
Polish kids. They just
Okay,
called
so
me.
they
He's a
called you
fucking Guido, so they
Okay.
called me
So
Guido.
congratulations to all the successfulness in your life. You know, between the boxing matches, between the comedy. We're really looking forward to your next comedy act. So
you.
we'll keep all our subscribers in
Abreast of
tune with
what's
that.
going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
into what's going on.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
read your book.
Yeah, you haven't. Well, you know my story. You
That's
know
why I
it.
didn't read it.
He actually has been there, and he knows everything in this book is absolutely true. And so, yeah, you guys can pick up a copy of The Queen of Linen's True Story, my memoir, on Amazon. I became a bestseller. I was #1 on Amazon, so I'm really proud of that, guys. So thank you for all your support in that, everyone. So catch us next time. And thank you very much for following. And thank you to John, the Philly Food Fanatic, for joining us today and for sponsoring us. Once again, thank you.